Hi, everyone. Thanks for stopping back to How Love Bites. My name's Dennis. Um, I've got something interesting to talk about today. Um, it's pretty much about blocking and deleting and getting into that social media connect and circumventing, severing it. So let's go there. Let's talk about it. Okay. I know it's a very sensitive subject, and people sometimes don't even want to think about that. They don't even want to dream like that's like the final thread that keeps us together might be that that social media connect. So let's give it a try. Let's give it a shot. Blocking an ex or someone who hurts you on social media after things end. Okay, so that's what this is about. I think I kind of have the more unpopular opinion on this topic. Not that I didn't have the other opinion, and I did, but the more and more I thought about it, and the more and more I saw the person I was becoming because of it, I continued on to put this together, and again, want to share it with you. So I think I have a more unpopular opinion on this topic, but I'm going to explain why I think I have the healthiest way to go about things. Oftentimes, I hear, well, I'm not going to block my ex on social media. I want them to see how good I'm doing, how good I look. I want them to see what I'm doing, and I want them to see my good life now, and so on and so forth. And but my rebuttal question to that would be, and that's because why? Why? I don't understand this notion of having to prove to someone what they lost if they didn't recognize what they had to begin with. What makes you think they're gonna them still following you or still checking up on you is going to make them have that realization or have that epiphany that they didn't want you then, they don't appear to want you now. So, and when they had you, why didn't they want you then? And then once you're gone, if after a breakup, like you had some kind of glow up, not necessarily a blow up now, we're talking a glow up, like you look the best you've ever looked in your life. Do you really need your ex or the person who really hurt you to look at you and say, wow, I think she or he looks so good, and it's good to feel good, or you can just give yourself that validation yourself. You don't need them to do that. And I know it's great if you get it, and maybe you want to torture them a little bit, but are they really getting tortured, or are they maybe laughing inside? Okay? Well, you really got to get to the point where you got to go, I don't really care anymore what they think. Okay? Because they showed me they're not right for me. They are not right for you. Okay? So why do you have to stay on social media? And so they can look at you and see how great you're doing now? It's like I'm saying to them, I still love you. And you want them to love you back. I still need them to validate me. And how great you're doing, it's like saying, I still want them to want me. Voila. Ta-da. Ta-da. I still need them to validate me that I'm doing good. Truly. To truly feel like in myself that I'm really doing good. In my opinion, the second someone hurts you, sweetie, baby, as soon as they hurt you and you don't approach them with it and you don't say, hey, lover, we got an amber flag here. We need to talk about some things. As soon as you don't do that and you end up going forward and just allowing things to crumble around you, they've shown you who they are. So the second that someone disrespects you, the second someone shows you they don't want you, is the second they should lose access to you. Keeping them in your life in that way, saying, well, I want them to see how great I'm doing, is subconsciously training yourself to think of that every time you post, every time you do anything. You're asking yourself, did they see it? Are they looking at me? Are they looking at, are they sad? Do they miss me? The longer you focus your energy on proving to them how good you're doing, is the longer you are taking energy away from yourself on actually healing and actually moving on. Not a good idea. Heal. Move on. I'll guarantee you, around the corner, there is someone who will appreciate you, respect you, they'll lay down their life for you. Don't give up. And don't settle. You don't need validation from them anymore, any longer. Heal yourself and move on. Remember, it's poetry. It's definitely poetry, and write some. And maybe you just should start writing some for yourself. And also remember, a couple times a day, maybe more than a couple times a day, mention to yourself, I love myself. Look in the mirror, smile back at that one in the glass, and say, I love myself. And before you know it, some of these old neurological pathways will be overridden by I love myself. And you'll see it, other people will see it, and the energy will see it. So think about what I've said tonight. I know I'm a guilty person when it comes to that, but the more I thought about it and the more I see, it's completely detrimental to you if they don't want you. So do what you have to do. Thanks for joining me.